Hello my entertainment lovers, we are back again with yet another episode of Page 3 here at News 9 with me Sakshi Singh Litoria, and you know me, I don't like to waste much time, so heading straight towards our first segment, Nostalgia Nuggets, and this week we will be telling you a story about Friends. Yes, our favorite beloved sitcom, but not only about friendship this time, but about negotiations and also fair share. Did you know that the cast of Friends, our favorite gang from Central Park, pulled off one of the boldest and most inspiring salary negotiations in television history? Interesting, right? We often talk about how the show made stars out of 6 relatively unknown actors, but what most people don't know is that behind those laughs, hugs, and also the famous beautiful coffee mugs, there was also a united front that changed the way actors actually negotiated in Hollywood. Let me take you back to the year of 1994. The makers had just launched a show about 6 friends living in New York City, navigating love, work, and also life's awkward in-betweens. It was fresh, it was funny, it was surprisingly relatable, but no one, not even the creators, knew that it was about to become a global phenomenon at that point. In season 1, the actors were paid very differently. Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer were slightly more well-known in the industry, so they made a little more money than the others. But by season 2, Friends had exploded, and it was very clear that the show worked because of all 6 of them, and not just 1 or 2 faces. They were not just the characters anymore, they were the chemistry. And that is exactly where the things started getting interesting. Instead of competing with each other for higher pay, which is the norm in most of the ensemble shows, the 6 actors did something unheard of. They banded together. They walked into salary negotiations as one unit, no ego, no hierarchy, just friendship, that too raw, and also a perfect strategy. Their pitch to the makers: we all do this together or do not at all. They asked to be paid equally, insisting that the success of the show relied on their bond and teamwork, not individual stardom, and it worked beautifully in their favor. By season 5, all 6 were earning around $100,000 per episode. By season 8, it jumped to $750,000, and by the final 2 seasons, season 9 and season 10, they were making a jaw-dropping, whopping $1 million per episode. At the time, it made them the highest paid ensemble in television history. And here's the kicker. This move not only ensured financial parity amongst the cast, but it set a new precedent in Hollywood. It showed that collective bargaining in the entertainment industry could actually work, and that loyalty among co-stars was not just cute on screen, it could also be powerful off the screen. In fact, this strategy was later echoed by the cast of The Big Bang Theory, who reportedly took pay cuts so their lesser paid co-actors could earn more, citing the Friends cast as their inspiration. So the next time you're watching Joey say, "How you doing?" or Monica obsess over clean counters, or in fact Ross yelling, "We were on a break," just remember, behind those punchlines were 6 actors who not only made you laugh, but also stood up for each other when it mattered the most. Time for popcorn pick of the week. This time around, we don't have to even suggest you. You might have already watched it, and if you have not, you should be watching Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. It's an adrenaline-charged farewell to the Ethan Hunt's high-stakes legacy. After decades of redefining the modern action genre, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning arrives with the weight of expectations and mostly lives up to them as well. Marketed as the grand finale to Ethan Hunt's saga, the film is a high-stakes, globe-trotting spectacle that delivers jaw-dropping stunts, clever espionage, and also emotional resonance in equal measures. At the heart of it all is Tom Cruise, a very favorite, once again proving why he remains one of Hollywood's most reliable action stars. Cruise brings a sense of urgency, vulnerability, and moral conflict to Ethan Hunt, a character who, despite his superhero-like capabilities, is still deeply human. This time, the stakes are not just global but deeply personal too. Hunt faces not just a powerful enemy, but also the cost of a lifetime of sacrifice and secrecy. The story picks up with a familiar formula: a looming global threat, a mysterious new villain, and a race against time. But what sets the final reckoning apart is it's the tone of the film. The film leans into the idea of consequences. Every decision Ethan now makes carries weight, and the script is not afraid to explore the emotional toll his choices will have on those around him. The movie is not just about stopping a catastrophe, it's about legacy, loyalty, and also letting go in life. Christopher McQuarrie, returning to the director's chair, brings his signature style, tight pacing, intricate plotting, and grounded spectacle. The action is, as always, the franchise's calling card, whether it's a chase through narrow European alleyways, a heart-stopping sequence atop a moving train, or the now famous Cruise does his own stunts moment, which, yes, is as wild as you would expect. The set pieces are extremely exhilarating, crisp, and organically woven into the narratives. The supporting cast is once again shining. Hayley Atwell joins the team as a mysterious ally with her own agenda, and she proves to be a standout, sharp, witty, and more than capable of holding her own next to Ethan, who of course is the highlight of Mission Impossible. The villain, while not the most memorable in the franchise, serves the story well enough to keep the tension alive. Visually, the film is stunning, shot across multiple countries. It combines sweeping landscapes with gritty urban environments, reinforcing the franchise's signature globe-hopping feel. The cinematography is extremely sharp, and the score is a pulse-pounding blend of classic Mission Impossible motifs and modern orchestrations. If there's any critique, it's that the plot can feel overly dense in moments. The exposition-heavy dialogue slowing the momentum briefly, especially in the first half. Additionally, the emotional beats, while sincere, occasionally veer into melodrama. However, these are just minor quibbles in an otherwise tightly made blockbuster. So the final reckoning does what few franchise conclusions manage to do. It honors the legacy of what came before while delivering fresh thrills and a sense of closure too. Whether this truly is the end or not, Hollywood rarely shuts the door completely, you know it. It's a satisfying, edge-of-your-seat ride that rewards loyal fans and also entertain the newcomers alike. Now it's time for the entertainment wrap of the week, where we bring you the top headlines from the nation and across the globe, but of course from the entertainment world. Actor Sunil Shetty breaks silence on C-section comment. Rao, in an interview with News 9 exclusively, says no treatment for those who spread lies. I know what I said. People around me know my respect for women. For quick social media views, people tried hurting me by spreading lies. The much-anticipated teaser for War 2 is out. Netizens went gaga over the first look. Trended Greek god of Bollywood for Hrithik Roshan as well. Singer Neha Bhasin blamed fashion influencer Nancy Tyagi for not giving the credits to the actual designer of a Cannes 2025 red carpet look. Neha calls out Nancy's fake DIY claims. Akshay Kumar's production Cape of Good sues Paresh Rawal for rupees 25 crore worth damages after Paresh announced exit from Hera Fairy 3. Lady Gaga is now an Emmy winner. The singer-actor has won a Sports Emmy for her Super Bowl performance of Hold My Hand. Suhana Khan has officially begun filming for her action-packed debut King alongside Abhay Verma. But interestingly, Shah Rukh Khan, who also stars in the film, is yet to join the shoot. Janhvi Kapoor and Ishan Khatter made their Cannes red carpet debut this week for the premiere of their Indo-French film Homebound. They received a 9-minute long standing ovation as well. Rock legend Rod Stewart will be honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award at the American Music Awards. Army, rejoice! BTS is expected to reunite next month as all the members complete their mandatory military service. The group's agency is reportedly planning a major comeback announcement possible by July. Malayalam superstar Mohanlal has officially completed the shooting of his much-awaited film Hridaya Purvam, shared a picture of the group with backup written on it as well. And last but not the least, for the crispy chat of the week, we sat down to have an exclusive conversation with Team Kesari Veer. So here we go. So hi everyone, speaking to page 3 here at News 9 with me, Sakshi Singh Litoria, is the amazing cast of Kesari Veer, a film that I am actually watching out for. Sunil sir, my personally favorite person ever since I have seen Dhadkan. Kansha sitting here and an old friend, Suraj. Sunil sir, how can I not begin with you? I have already called you my favorite. You know that with such films that are going to be tapping onto India's history, it's going to be put under certain bracket of being a propaganda film.
Absolutely.
How exactly are you going to combat that question?
I mean, you know, I'm very, very clear that my country and political have no connection as far as my life is concerned. You know, unfortunately, what is happening, when you talk about the country, you talk about political affiliation. I don't know why that has happened over a period of time. In the last few years, that's what I've seen. That's why every actor is scared to make a comment. They say, you know, actors कुछ बोलते ही नहीं. कैसे बोले हम देश के बारे में बात करेंगे तो आप बोलते हो आप right wing हो, आप left wing हो. हम wings ही नहीं है. जब political aspirations नहीं है, when I don't have political aspirations, then why should I be connected with anybody else? This is a story that needs to be told. This is a story that excited me. No political party came to me and said, you know, watch this, see this script and make it. It's a producer who lost his wife, who's from that area, whose wife said, you need to tell the story of Somnath. And that's why he's a first-time producer. वरना इतने पैसे खर्चा करके सुनील शेट्टी को नहीं लेते वो लोग. वो शायद बड़े एक्टर को लेते. तो सच्चाई ये है कि somebody has come and he's making a film because he wants to tell a story and he's believed that these are the characters that work for my film. So it was his conviction. So I don't think I need to go to explain to anybody as long as the audience sees it and understands the reason why we made this film and what has been happening in our country for donkey's years. The outsiders coming and doing everything they want but can't break us. We keep standing up time and again and we're doing it again now, you know.
Interesting. Akanksha, big project, debut project. We have seen how the family has reacted, but how are you feeling when you finally landed this project, that too of that big, you know, I can say it's a magnificent project. It's a very big thing, big star cast alongside you. Were you nervous at the sets?
I was nervous, I'm not going to lie, but because it's such a huge project and it comes with a lot of responsibility as well. So for me all I wanted was to try and justify her character. Obviously, I'll never be able to justify what she went through, but I at least tried my best to show emotions that covered her sacrifice, her love, her righteousness for the people, and it definitely came with a lot of responsibility. But I feel like those challenges didn't feel like challenges because I feel like all of us immersed ourselves into that, you know, like we started living that life.
You went back to that era.
To that era, correct. And whenever I used to go home after shoot, I would feel some kind of satisfaction and I felt really alive in those moments.
Beautiful. Suraj, after a very long period of time, having a hiatus, having gone through the toughest phase one has to go through in life, you are coming back, and that too with a banger. I would say the trailer is looking extremely promising and we know that you're a marvelous actor. How do you feel?
Still a lot to learn. I think I'll get that with experience, more and more body of work. I feel good. I feel really happy. A few days away from the movie that's going to release. I think we have 3 days. We are all watching the film tomorrow for the first time. We've seen bits and pieces here and there, and whatever we've seen, we are very happy and very proud of.
So you're satisfied with what
Yes,
you've given it the film?
100%. Yeah, because we've given it our all. This film, I think after a very long time, you know, everybody on set was not wanting to make a project but a movie, you know. हमको पिक्चर बनानी थी, तो हमने पिक्चर बनाई, हमने कोई प्रोजेक्ट नहीं बनाया. So that was the fun part about it because everyone worked with like great honesty.
What about the look?
The look, I mean, growing out the hair was a task.
People are going to ask you about the shampoo that you used
everyone's
for it,
asking
right?
me what shampoo am I
All
using.
girls are DMing him about the shampoo.
And what's your hair routine? I said, I just don't stress about the hair. अगर गिरे तो गिरे, नहीं गिरे तो नहीं गिरे. You know, the more you stress, the more I think you'll focus on it.
But you're owning it, you're living it, right?
I'm living it. I love it. I wake up like that, like it's like a L'Oreal ad.
Sunil sir, coming back to you, because you will be telling the heroic tale. We have spoken about the real heroes. I have spoken to Suraj about the same question in the past as well. But, you know, Operation Sindoor was something where we actually witnessed the real heroes of the country at the borders. And one such scene from your film, Mehuna, also went viral during those times. I was expecting, in fact, a lot of us was expecting that the heroes that we, you know, cherish on screens should be speaking more about it. Why was Bollywood mum?
Because, like you said, the first thing that it's a propaganda thing. They say the Army, Navy, Air Force hasn't done their job right also. There's so much that's being said about it. How fair is that? I mean, we did Border. Nobody said it was a propaganda film. But today, if we had done a Border, they would say it's a propaganda film. So there's a definite division. Algorithms are working full on and trying to hammer people that who are doing it. And that's the fear our industry has. They'll politicize everything, they'll say it's propaganda, and they'll connect us with the political party. We're not politicians. If I wanted to be a politician, I'd have quit acting long time ago and pursued that. But I don't think I'm suited for that. I'm far too blunt. I say what I want to say.
Yeah.
I don't know how to handle things politically, you know, and do that. But I'm happy the way I am. And I live on my terms. So that is why they do. But in their own way, they've been responsible for putting out this culture of ours to the outside world. You know, connecting the Indians who've been living abroad and making sure that they came back. Ghar wapsi ki jab hum baat karte hain, it's Bollywood that has done it. So anything and everything, drugs, Bollywood, this, Bollywood, that, Bollywood. No, and Bollywood is not about one individual, or, you know, it's a whole lot of us. So when the majority is good, you can't get after it. So it's only because exactly how you started your interview is the fear. You tell me now, if I said what I had to say, but maybe some people won't like what I said, or I'll be trash for that. But how long will I keep quiet? How long will I, you know, think 100 times before I say, it's my country. Now, if doing a film like Kesari Veer is propaganda, then I don't know what kind of films we should do then. Hasn't the US done it always? What is Top Gun all about? What is Rambo all about? What are all their war films all about? What are all their heroes all about? Everything is America. Is a superpower because they've marketed
It in that way.
America in that way too, and they've lived up to it. You know, but they've marketed it because they believe in it. They see a soldier walk in at the airport, you have everybody standing up and clapping. That's not propaganda. That's being proud of the boys, that mother's child who's going into war, and you might never see him again. Aren't we supposed to salute them? I've done it. Forget cinema, but even today, that's the kind of respect I give anybody in the uniform. It might begin with Army, Navy, Air Force, CISF, BSF, this, right going down to the police, to the railway police. Each one are doing their job. We're safe because of that.
Absolutely.
Why do you think that only the Army, Navy, when the sirens went off, there were the others who were keeping us safe in the house, somebody at the state border, somebody at the national border. So, you know, that's why our industry. So, I only say, don't keep hammering us. Use us right. Use us right. Now, if they use us, they say, oh, the government is using these guys as props.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have somebody at the helm of affairs who's firing right, why shouldn't you support him? I was talking about Shashi Tharoor.
Yeah.
You know, opposition. But how did he speak this time? OSC. You know,
Going to represent the delegation also.
yeah, OSC.
Yeah.
You know, someone who's always loggerheads with the government and everybody. But when it came to India, how did he represent,
definitely.
you know,
He
his
spoke for the
people? He
country.
spoke from a country perspective. कि ऐसा कोई है ही नहीं जो हमारे देश को हाथ लगा सके. That is what you expect every Indian to speak about.
But a quick follow-up question. What's your thought about having Pakistani artists on board for our films? I really want to ask.
I would say no. I would clearly say no. I'd said no that time. Nothing against them. But when your country, see, the Pakistani people love our movies. They love our culture. The kind of respect we get when we go outside is unbelievable. It's immense. And we are Indians. We will always reciprocate and be nice, fair. Here we are talking about terrorism. We're talking about your army. We're talking about your government. You know, you need to take care. If I have somebody in my home and I deny it all the time, how does it make sense? So why are we wrong?
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, you know, the kids don't know what to say. They don't know what to say because we are immediately, everybody says, oh, you are, I'm talking about my country. Politically, if I am appreciating Shashi ji also, I'm appreciating OIC, I'm appreciating Chidambaram's statement also because it's an India statement.
Yeah.
So then how do I see him as a leader? My India leader. Political party, my area, I vote for somebody who's working, not for somebody who's from a party, no. He's working for the area, so I will vote for him because our area will improve. Then politically how you'll accumulate on top or do it is your problem, not mine.
Akansha, yeah.
Sorry, Peter. I think it takes a lot to be vocal. We all don't realize it because I had posted about Operation Sindoor and I started getting a lot of threats on Instagram. So for an actor also it takes a lot, and I have huge respect for Sunil sir for being so upfront and vocal about it.
I would want to come back to that question of social media, but before that, let me just quickly ask you about how was it you having shot a proper full-fledged dance number in the soaring temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius?
Right. Like I said before, I mean, Suraj and I both shot the song, but we'd forgotten about all the challenges that came our way because in that moment we became our characters, and imagine those elaborate costumes in that era. And I mean, I was personally living my Bollywood dream, so I was not complaining, but I think it turned out beautiful.
I know it's an overly asked question for you, Suraj, but you have already worked with Atiya. Now you are worked with Sunil sir. Just one Shetty is left in the family to work with. How do you feel about it? And I know somebody has already asked the question, but is there any similarity between both them?
No, I will answer this question to you the day I work with Ahan Shetty.
And then you will compare.
Ahan and me sitting together, and that's when we will both answer that question.
Sir, let me come to you, and first of all, congratulations. Of course, you have recently become Nanaji. Does that sound a bit old if I call you?
No, not at all. I love it. I've accepted every role in my life very, very gracefully. And the minute you start doing that, everything falls into place beautifully. Then, किसी का कुछ बोलना, किसी का कोई comment करना, doesn't matter at all. I mean, if somebody talks to me about success and failure, I only say I've done such crap in the last few years. There's no box office. Love I have. But will that turn into a box office jingle? Depends on how the movie is. So when I've accepted it, you telling me anything will not matter to me.
And you're aging like a fine wine, sir. Let's face it. You're as dashing as before.
I'm enjoying all those moments. You know, enjoying all those moments.
And when we come about the new member coming, to the family, you spoke about, C-section. The thing was taken out of context. You have already spoken about it. But when you saw the headlines, how did you think?
I was like, kiska maal aur kisne chori kar liya yaar? How fair is that? It's not fair at all. And if you're going to hurt me, you're going to do it to hurt me, don't do it. Because who doesn't know what a C-section is? I mean, it's surgery. It's going through hell for that mother to be. Takes months together because she's not going to rest after that. Then it's the baby to be taken care. So I'm aware of all that. I'm not such an idiot, and I said it in front of a whole lot of people.
And mostly women.
Mostly women.
And on that front, I wanted Akansha to add on to what he's saying. How much do you agree with it?
No, I was sitting right next to him, and in that moment, I felt empowered. I felt like the way he narrated the whole thing so beautifully, I realized the power that women hold. And to be twisting such a sensitive statement it was really hurtful personally for me. Even I got emotional when I got to see that.
And see, you're doing 20 interviews. You can't explain every line that you've said. You know, when it's a C-section, what happens is you can choose the date, you can choose the time, gotra or ye, wo, sab dekhte na log. So all that is something that you can choose. But I know what physically what it is. But you've just picked up something, and that's what. How do you expect an actor to say anything in life?
Absolutely. And we have seen the trailer. The movie is looking extremely promising. This is the chapter that was not touched upon in the past. And this is a chapter that should be told to the world. So thank you so much. And with that, it's time to draw curtain on this week's Page 3 episode here at News9. But we have taken responsibility to entertain you every weekend. So see you next Saturday and Sunday. Till then, take care, stay entertained. Ciao.